Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. This is Master RBG. And you know what we haven't done for a really long time? We haven't done a review for a walking simulator in a ridiculous amount of time. I mean, seriously, I think the last one we did was, what was it? The Park? And that was one of my Halloween specials, a couple years back? Good grief, it has been a while. Well, considering how long it's been, why don't we turn back the clock and do an old school walking simulator? In fact, I think this one might be one of the earliest. Because I think this game came out in, 2013? This channel didn't even start till 2015, so yeah, this is going back a fair ways. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be reviewing Gone Home. Which, ironically, I'm doing at home. Coincidence? I think not. Let's do it!
Hi, Mom. So I got my ticket home from Europe. I get back on June 6th, but it's a really late flight because that was the cheapest, so it gets in at midnight. But don't worry, I'll get a shuttle from the airport so you don't have to pick me up. Like, really, seriously, you don't have to. Okay, so, love you. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, so we're getting into this one. That was a pretty good setup, actually. So obviously, our character has just arrived home after some time away in Europe. But what awaits her when she gets home? Well, we're about to find out. That's a nice front stoop. Quite nice, actually. This released back in 2013. This is actually quite pretty for an indie title for that time period. Very nicely done. Christmas duck? Is that a thing? Christmas ducks. Alright, let's wait. Ooh, $5.99, that's a lot in $1995. I have no idea how that works with inflation and everything, but it sounds like it probably was a lot back then. I mean, that was like half my allowance back then, I think. Maybe. Again, memory's kind of fuzzy. But either way, we now have a key, and we should be able to enter the house. So, good on us for that one. Solved the first extremely easy puzzle of the game. Huzzah! Okay, I'm not trying to stereotype here at all. Like, I realized the last walking sim I played was a horror game, but look at this place. Tell me it doesn't look creepy. Just a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's all my imagination. Maybe it's because it's a dark and stormy night outside. I don't know. Oh, okay, the moving thing. Okay. Ah, okay, Terrence, that's probably our dad. It looks like Papa Greenbrier was no fool. Got the insurance and apparently needed it. Well done, Mr. Greenbrier. Well done indeed. Hopefully it went smoothly.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm at a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you.
Okay, so that's a regular mechanic here. Once you get to a certain point in the house and puzzles, you will find messages from Sam, your younger sister. Ooh, okay, another thing. Ooh, an hour and 10-minute commute. That is murder, man. That is terrible. I had a job once that had a 45-minute commute. That was pretty bad. An hour and 10 minutes? Good lord. How did they put up with it? Yeah, it's a good thing they got a heck of a deal on this house, huh? Seriously though, it was an inheritance, so, you know, free house. Now, of course, with this being a walking simulator, that means you're going to spend a lot of time nosing around and poking into business that frankly isn't really yours. Although, I guess this time it kind of is? Ooh, Over the Alps, a novel traveling game. I don't believe I've ever heard of this one. Must be quite novel indeed. Anywho, this is probably one of the handful of things you're ever going to find in this game that doesn't directly tie to anything in our main character's family. So, enjoy this board game while you can. Or just toss it away, whatever. Either or works. Just gonna... There we go. Put it back in place. Moving on. Okay, so like I said earlier, we learn everything from notes and stuff left behind. Like this one. Sam, Daniel from the old neighborhood called. He wants to come see the new house. Call him back. Mom, Daniel's a total weirdo. The only reason I ever hung out with him in the first place is he had a Nintendo when we were little. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, just from this note alone, I'm starting to dislike Sam just a little bit. Granted, this is stuff from when she was young, so can't judge her too harshly. Oh yes, before I forget, your father in the game is a writer, although he's hit a bit of a rough patch. Yeah, not exactly doing the best at the moment, but that's okay, he's still working at it. And I would share some of his discarded manuscripts, but some of that's too spicy for YouTube, if you get my meaning. Let's skip ahead, shall we? Okay, so you find this form, this electrical inspection form, and gives you some interesting insights to what's going on with the house. It's also your first hint that this house might have more going on inside its walls than what might first appear. So, hintity hint hint, hint hint, cough cough hint. Look everywhere, touch everything, knock down a few things, you never know what you might find. So now they put out that weather warning. Good grief, it's been raining the whole game.
This is a severe weather warning. The Northwest Weather Service reports high winds and torrential rain conditions affecting the following counties. Austin County.
You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. I had no idea how I would ever, have an excuse to talk to her. Till I noticed she and her friends hang out and play Street Fighter at the 7-Eleven every day after school.
Street Fighter, that's excellent taste right there. Although, this is supposed to be the mid-90s, so it was either that or Mortal Kombat, I suppose. Both good choices. Ooh, 2001 and Dark Crystal, very nice. I will say this, they have excellent taste in movies. I regret to say I cut some other footage here, but they have a lovely VHS collection, they really do. See, X-Files Season 1. Again, excellent taste. Okay, so you remember earlier on when I mentioned that I was starting to dislike Sam? I take that back. But there's a specific reason for why. I'm not going to say where in the game I found the note, but after finding this, we now realize she's a Chun-Li main in Street Fighter. Just like me. So, I cannot judge her negatively based on that alone. Because if you like Chun-Li, can't be all bad. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Gone Home, a game that I initially wrote off as being nothing more than a simple walking simulator, but was surprised to find a deep and engrossing story. Now, I realize that I cut a lot of footage out of this review for the sake of avoiding spoilers, but I tried to include a couple of minor details. But believe me when I say that this game is an emotional roller coaster, with highs, lows, love, loss, reunions, family woes, and much more. The game surprisingly even has some replayability, which is odd for a walking simulator. I finished the main game only to find that I had only unlocked 2 achievements out of 10. Now, even if you ignore the 2 clearly speedrunning style achievements, that's still 6 more achievements I missed getting. So clearly there's more to be found here. Of course, this game won't be for everyone. Gamers clamoring for action and adventure would be better served looking elsewhere for their gaming needs. But to anyone who appreciates a good story, then I have no doubt in my mind that you'll fall in love with this game. It's a bit on the short side, only takes a few hours to beat the game if you take your time, but it feels like a mix between a good movie and a great novel that you just can't put down. Speaking of story, this originally would have been the second game from Fullbright Studio I would have reviewed, but I took footage from my PC before it was upgraded into a proper gaming one, so the footage is a bit rough, to say the least. Anyways, this game currently runs for about $20 and is available on, honestly, just about everything. It's on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, PC, Mac, Linux. It's even on iOS. I'm pretty sure an Android version must be in the works. It'll probably be announced any day now. But that does it for me this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a like on this video. If you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to be notified the moment I post any new content here on YouTube, hit that notification bell. And if you'd like some suggestions for other videos made by yours truly, then how about these? Over here, you can check out my review for a horror-themed walking simulator called The Park. Or you can check out my abridged Let's Play for Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Check out either one, they're both fantastic, just like you guys have been. Until next time, this is Master RBG, signing off.